How's it going, y'all? So, I wanted to share an experience that I had. And this is one that I don't really know what it was. I don't know how they did it. I don't know what the purpose was behind it. It was just, I would say, paranormal or demonic, supernatural. I don't know. It was strange, and I'm still, as times went on, I have got a lot of understanding on some of the tactics and the reasons why they do things. This was just kind of a creep factor that was kind of an outlier on my gang stalking experience. I had some things that happened that seemed like beyond the gang stalking, tactics, but this is just one of those things. I have shared it before a couple years ago, but I wanted to reshare it because I haven't done experience videos in a while, just talking about some of the things that have happened. So hopefully I can mix a few of those in for newer people that have joined my channel. So let me know if you've had something like this happen, but it was just weird and strange. So I'll tell you how it kind of unfolded. So this was probably about 7 years ago, I would say. I was still heavily addicted to drugs. I was living on the street of Seattle. Just a really strange time in my life, going through the gang stalking, not knowing what's going on, confused, angry, all these things, right? And stuck in my sin, stuck in a mess that I've made my life out of, right? Through my choices and my addictions. So I had kind of stayed in this area where this happened. It was probably like within a couple blocks of this most of my time when I was on the street, a few months. And there was one other place that I was kind of frequenting, which was another really bad place, but I knew some people out there, so at this point I was kind of bouncing between the two. So there was times where I had like a tent in this location, but I don't know if I did it this time. I think it was when I kind of left there and was bouncing back between the two. So I show up here one night, and it's not like extremely late, but it's pretty late, probably 11 p.m. to maybe 1 a.m. And normally, like, there's people out there. And so when I showed up, it was just already kind of a strange vibe because no one was out. It was just dead, like ghost town. I'm just thinking, where is everyone, And so I'm out there for a little bit. There's nothing really going on. So I don't remember if I was using in the moment or whatever, but I was hanging out there, and all of a sudden I get this feeling like something's watching me, or someone's watching me, right? I just can't shake this feeling. Like, I looked around and there's no one there though, so I'm just like I tried to kind of let it go, and it just like got stronger. So like after I look around, I start kind of looking further out, right? And there was this apartment complex that it wasn't like I wasn't right next to it, but it was the closest building to me, and it was big enough to where it's like overshadowing me, right? It was probably, I would say, 15 to 25 stories, because like I'm in downtown Seattle, and I was in this vacant lot that the homeless frequented. It was kind of a semi-wooded, but it had some open field in it. So anyways, I'm looking at this apartment complex, and the way that it was set up is it had like large windows in each living room part of the complex. So it was basically like, units. Every window was like a separate unit. And I Sorry, someone got close to me there. So I'm scanning these windows, right? And this is where it gets weird. I just like started at the bottom floor and I'm looking up the building till I get to the last floor, one of the last windows. Excuse me. And I noticed that someone was in the middle of the window, standing up. I can see their whole silhouette, like, and they're not moving. They're staring right towards me. They had like a light on. And a lot of these apartments, like some of them were blacked out, like the lights were off. Some of the lights were on. This guy had like a lamp right by him, so I could see him, right? And so, like I said, I had this feeling that someone was watching me, and then I look in these windows, and then there is someone staring at me. And so I was just like, it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, he's just standing there staring straight at me. So I waited a minute or two, right, just watching him staring back, because I'm like, is that a person? Why aren't they moving? You know, so after some time, I realized, yeah, this is a person. I mean, it's clearly an outline of a person, but like the reason I was questioning is because they weren't moving at all. It was just like a dead stare at me. And so I'm like, okay. So I yell. Remember, this is at a different time, right? I wouldn't do this now. I didn't understand a lot of the stuff I do now. But I yell at him, and I'm like, F you! And I'm flipping him off, right? And immediately when I did that, you guys, this whole apartment, this is where it gets weird. This whole apartment started surging out, like the electricity in it was, and I'm not talking about just this guy's room or the whole entire complex, like, was flashing on and off, all the lights in it, like, shorting out, you know? And so I'm just watching now because I'm like, dude, that was weird timing. And it does that for a few seconds, and then all the apartments go dark and stay dark. But this is the part that was weird, that I don't know how they pulled this off, or why, or what it meant, or what it was. But in probably close to half the apartment windows, when it went black, there are these huge, I'd probably say like each eye, like this big. So there's two of them, like I said, in half of the apartment complex, maybe a quarter to half of them. And they had like a fluorescent green and yellow outline to them. And they're like, it looked like wide open eyes, like staring at me. Once the apartment went black. And so I'm seeing this and I'm just like, what in the world, you know? It's like, I was seeing a lot of strange things, you know, obviously with the gang stalking experiences, but this one was kind of like next level. Like, I don't understand how they could pull it off, or what the point was, other than just to confuse me or freak me out. And so I was just kind of like stunned, like, am I really seeing this? But that's what happened. So I just grabbed my stuff and was like, I'm getting out of here, you know? I don't know who would want to stay around. I'm by myself too, you know, in the middle of the night, and this is going on. And just add it to the whole bag of the strange things that were happening. But yeah, that was kind of one of my paranormal experiences that happened. Definitely had some more as well, but I wanted to share that, and maybe you guys can give me some of your thoughts, or if you've ever had an experience like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.